Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Felix Daily Political Analysis. A former Kakamega governor, that is Weekly for Oparanya, has told off CS, Health CS Susan Nakhumicha concerning the ongoing doctor strike across the country. Here, Dr. Weekly for Oparanya told off CS Susan Nakhumicha to stop addressing striking doctors in funerals, and instead should call them for a sit-down meeting, have a talk with them, agree on what they should be done, so that they stop their ongoing strike.
CS Health, na kushukuru sana, kazi yako umejaribu, lakini mambo ya udaktari si mambo ya kuongea kwa matanga. And I'm surprised you have sat here the whole time. I would be thinking you would be somewhere working on doctors. You are talking, waje nimwambie, I have been a governor and I have dealt with the doctors. You are dealing with the chaps who had A minus. These are clever people than even yourself. I don't know what you got.
He told of CS Nakhumicha that these are, if learned people, they are the people who scored A minuses, and they are even clever than herself, than Susan Nakhumicha. So she should stop addressing them in funerals like those people who are not learned. He told them this is a critical issue. It's a critical situation which she needs to call these striking doctors, sit down with them, they have a one-on-one conversation so that they agree on each other. But these threats she's issuing wouldn't help, or rather will make the doctors to go on strike even for a year. Even to say that these doctors can even go for strike for a year, because you find a doctor here in a public hospital, but he has his private hospital, so they can sustain this strike for even a year. And Weekly for Oparanya, they were talking in a funeral, and that funeral in Western was also attended by Susan Nakhumicha, the health CS. So he was addressing her directly to her face, telling her to stop threatening these doctors, saying that even he was a governor and he dealt with these doctors and he knew how to deal with them. And he said that he went on to tell the CS of health that these threats she's giving them each and every day will not help solve these problems, but rather it will continue. It will make these doctors to continue with their striking. And the doctor strike now is almost 2 weeks. Ascended is 2 weeks striking. And we have seen the CS has been threatening these doctors to go on back to work, or else they will lose their jobs. And she has been saying that there are many interns who are coming to her office every day, disturbing her to place them in several hospitals for them to work. So Oparanya warned her to stop threatening them. And it's not even Oparanya alone. There were some Azimio leaders. There were several leaders. But they warned this CS to slow down her ego. This CS has been full of ego. We've seen it was last year. We saw her. It was in Bungoma. She even fired. This one was our CS. She went on to fire him. And this is another docket of interior, and she is in health docket, but she went on to fire this guy. I don't know whether the guy got fired or it was that for PR shows here and there on camera. But she has been on her high. You might thought that this government she's the president. She needs to slow down her ego, to know how to learn from her predecessors, the kind of kina Mutai Kagwe, in order for her to know how to handle these doctors. These doctors are not learned people. They are people who you can't keep on threatening them. They are learned people more than her or even her herself. These are people who have scored A's, A minuses, and spent almost 8 years in universities. So these are people you can't come and start threatening them, my sister. Slow down your ego the way Oparanya told you. This is not an issue to address in funerals. Yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to leave it at this particular point. Bye bye till next time. I'm Felix.